Time now for the Bear Chill. 3 o'clock news and it's Tuesday afternoon evening, December 15th, 2015. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins out here. 3 o'clock news that dies at 3:01 p.m. on this Tuesday afternoon, going on the Tuesday evening, and on top story at 3:01 p.m. Here is in Los Angeles, where the Los Angeles public schools were abruptly shut down and students sent home on Tuesday morning after the police received what officials described as a credible bomb threat against the nation's second largest school system. Trooping candidates gathered for the first time since terror attacks in Las Vegas, Nevada. Vienna, the UN Watchdog 35 Nature Board decided on Tuesday to close its investigation of whether Iran once had a secret nuclear weapons program up to support Tehran's deal with world powers, rather than dwell on its past actions. Two people are already charged with felony child abuse, torture, mayhem, but could also face murder charges after two children were found dead in Northern California. Storage unit police in the city of Redden said. President Obama just has it. Americans on Tuesday for forgetting their migrant roots and neglected the lessons of its checkered history in an address to the 31 newly naturalized citizens that he publicly criticized Republican presidential candidates. Saudi Arabia says send a special force to Syria under discussion. Warsaw, Poland. Polish geological experts say Tuesday that they have found no trace of a trade that a site allegedly had in the World War II Nazi trade. If the United States and Russia can overcome the two big sticking points on murdering rebels and Assad's role in the future talks, Syrian diplomacy can move forward, it said. For months now, New Zealand has been toying with the idea of redesigning its national flag today. A new flag design called the Silver Fern, created by architect Kyle Lockwood, won a referendum that could see it adopted as the country's new official flag. Birmingham, Alabama Mayor William Bell and Councilman fight at City Hall. The imprisoned 91-year-old founder of what was once the nation's largest cable television company is taking an early release from prison that he's near death from cancer, his lawyer said in court papers. A dispute over ending a 40-year-old U.S. crude oil export ban is the last major remaining obstacle to agreement on a spending bill to avoid a government shutdown, Senate Democratic leader Harry Reid said on Tuesday. San Bernardino terrorist Tashreen Malik sent at least two private expect message to a group of friends in Pakistan months before she arrived in the U.S. The Federal Reserve is widely expected to raise interest rates this week, as that's bad news for two big groups of people unemployed who might not get jobs now and recently employed, who are in danger of losing them. Valiant Pharmaceuticals International Incorporated didn't just pioneer a new way of running a drug company, and it's an unusual way of accounting for one too. U.S. antitrust officials are satisfied with Halliburton Company's proposal for clearing its purchase of oil service rival Baker Hughes Incorporated and don't expect to make a decision until next year, according to a person familiar with the situation. The good news is that Qualcomm is saying together. The bad news is that the relatively easy part is 5 months after the strategic review. Qualcomm said Tuesday it has decided to leave its corporate structure intact. Okay, let us take a look at the stocks there. The Dow up 267. The Dow up 200.67 points at 17,569.17. S&P 500 up 27.1 points at 2,008.95. And Nasdaq up 60.08 points at 5,012.31. For a second straight year, Antarctica is warming faster than any other planet in the world, and while its populations of Earth's Pacific and Atlantic Ocean regions are thinning along with ice sheets that are critical for their survival, researchers said. Tim Peake is the first person in space that underwent a held German who visited the Russian space station as part of a private construction mission over 20 years ago. Over 70% of our planet is covered by ocean, but humanity has explored less than 5% of these waters, even as we prepare to pour oceans on other worlds. Our own remains largely mysterious. A toxin produced by algae can hurt the brains and damages the memory sea lions in this photo by California sea lion Larry McCresty was treated for dormic acid toxicity during his rehabilitation at Marine Mammal Center in Sausalito. Despite the study being conducted with few patients, researchers said that the treatment has potential with further developments. And in almost 2 years in limbo, the financially beleaguered Daughters of Charity Health System on Monday announced that it's closed a $260 million investment deal with an East Coast hedge fund that will keep one of the Bay Area's oldest hospital chains open. Every year since 2006, the U.S. the amount of new medical research in humans that is funded by the National Institutes of Health has gone down, while the number of industry-funded trials has gone up, as new study shows. More than a year after doctors predicted her son will never see, here Walker Tucker, Ebo to a rare condition marked by Prashi Forbes skull. Ren and Brittany Beal are celebrating most of them, also typically witnessed by parents. In Heinsberg, Vermont, Champlain Valley Union High School has been evacuated and students sent home for reasons unknown at the time, as state and local police are around the scene at the time. Peter Cello News Hub is out 3:06 p.m. on this Tuesday afternoon and going to Tuesday evening time now for a sports report here. Tonight, the Boston Celtics will be at the Garden tonight, taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers game time 7:30 p.m. at the Garden, while the North Lancers boys, North Lancers girls varsity basketball team will be at the high school tonight, take out an extra Clockers game time 6:30 p.m. at 9. The Boston Celtics are surpassed an expectation with conviction. The first quarter mark of the NBA season instead of however they expect to be relocated. Boston has risen to a higher level, putting any lingering doubt that has playoff connection to rest. The NFL has reviewed and play in which Bengals linebacker Vontae Burfict hits Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger in Sunday's game, league sources told ESPN. It's around 11 p.m. and a couple of hours after Chris Sport introduced himself to the NBA with a 29-11 rebound for against shot as it is paying off by the New York Knicks and Chris Porzingis. On Monday, Commissioner Rob Manfred rejected Pete Rose's latest application for his statement of one of those reasons for the rejection was Rose's admission that he still bets to be appreciated legally on horses and sports, including baseball. Peter Cello News Hub is out 3:07 on this Tuesday afternoon going and Tuesday evening, and it's time now for a travel report on this Tuesday. Maybe. Okay, let's start you off down there where 130 eastbound side of the Newport Bridge, just a little slow. Here, Route 6 of the go down side, it's looking good from Foster all the way at the East Providence here. 6 air connectors a little slow from Route 6 to 95. 146 to the southbound side, slow before Route 95 and downtown Providence. 95 to the southbound side, so protect it all yet to downtown Providence here. 146 on the northbound side, a little slow after Route 99 and Lincoln down here. 99 on both ends, a little slow around Route 122 Woonsocket here. 195 on the eastbound side to get an accident here. Before exit 2, which is Route 136 in Swansea, so expect delays on 195 on the westbound side from 136 in Swansea in the Seekonk here. 140 on the southbound side, a little slow from 195 to Route 6 in Dartmouth here. Route 95 on the southbound side, a little slow for the northward stretch. 24 on the southbound side, it is slow from 120 against and to Route 27 in Brock to do an accident on 24 southbound side around the Hurston Boulevard in Avon here. Route 3 and both ends, a little slow around Braintree Split. 120 on the northbound side, it is so from the Split all the way out to Route 24 in Randolph. Massbound on the westbound side, a little slow before the Natick interchange and after the western interchange in the Natick western area here. Southeast Expressway on the southbound side, so from Furnish Brook, Quincy, all the way after the Braintree Split. Southeast Expressway on the northbound side, so from Quincy, all the way after Dorchester. Southeast Expressway on the southbound side, so with the pack, all the way after Dorchester due to a couple of accidents here. Massbound on the Southeast Expressway, accident around Mass Ave, and another accident Southeast Expressway on Moore City Boulevard here. 2-minute tunnel, both ends, and that's possible. Very slow. Massbound on the westbound side, a little slow before the Southeast Expressway in South Boston here. 93 on the northbound side, it is slow from Somerville all the way after Route 120 in Woburn here. 93 on the southbound side, so from Somerville to the Dakin Bridge. Route 1 on the northbound side, a little slow before Route 16 in Revere here. 128 on the northbound side, so from Route 2 in Lexington all the way out to Route 20 in Reading here. 120 on the southbound side, so for the Burlington stretch around Route 3. 120 on the southbound side, it is so from 20 Waltham all the way out to Route 9 in Wolseley here. 193 on the northbound side, a little slow to get an accident around Route 128 in Reading, so expect delays here. Route 3 on the northbound side, a little slow for the Bill Ricker stretch. 93 on the northbound side, a little slow for Route 1 and 10 in Lawrence here. Up in New Hampshire, here it is, looking good in the Granite State here. And on the main turnback, looking good from New York to Augusta via Portland and 295, looking good from Portland and Gardner here. Okay, looking at. All right, looking at MBTA alerts here. All right, let's move it on to the weather. Where this afternoon will be most of the skies. How about 60 degrees? What's about 15 to 18 miles against the IS, 46 miles an hour as we are under a wind advisory now until 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Tonight, in the 7 podcast got low about 30 degrees. Westwood about 5 to 9 miles against the IS, 28 miles an hour. Wednesday, both sides got about 45 degrees. Norfolk about 5 to 7 miles per hour. The light available in the afternoon and near. Wednesday, slight chances rain after 3 a.m. Most skies got about 34 degrees. God wind just based to 20%. Thursday, rain after noon. High near 53 degrees. South based at about 7 miles an hour. Chest base is 8%. Thursday, rain before 3 a.m. Below around 46 degrees. The chest base is 8%. Friday, chance of showers. Most skies got about 51 degrees. Chest base is 30%. Friday night, podcast got about 31 degrees. Saturday, most of the podcast got about 40 to about 27 degrees. Sunday, podcast got about 41 to about 28 degrees. Monday, podcast got about 47 degrees. Currently, at not near, it is 59 degrees with most skies got. The humidity 44%. And that's me for the Peter Channel 3 o'clock news of December 15, 2015 here. On a Tuesday, P. Williams saying, have a good evening with a good positive attitude here. And looking at MBTA alerts. Green Line Express and Monterey with a signal prominent North Station here on the conveyor rail. Looking good in the Thursday, looking good in all. See you at 11 o'clock for 11 o'clock report. Have a good evening.